So, you know, for me, I'm just like, I don't like that kind of stuff. Like, it's not that serious. You know, I don't know. But I don't feel like I'm getting bad juju or bad karma because I'm talking to somebody who's up for nomination. Like, girl, at some point, all of us probably are going to have to be up for nomination because only one person can win. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird to be like, oh, well, she's up for nomination. I'm never going to speak to her. Or the same with Tyson. Like, I'm not going to speak to Tyson because, no, I'm not playing that. Like, girl, bye. What's the biggest piece of drama that wasn't aired? Let me come back to that. Let me come back to that. Do you know any of the house guests who will be on BB26? Yes. Nicole Harris. Look out for my girl Nicole Harris. And Magenta Win. Look out for my girls. Look out for my girls. They're asking for chat GBT suggestions. Absolutely not. What was your thoughts on how Zingbot shaded Corey? I felt so bad. Girl, I was worried about Zingbot shading me. You talking about how Zingbot shaded Corey? Girl, what about when Zingbot shaded me? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about that? Can we... so y'all ain't got nothing to say about Zingbot shading me? Girl, Zingbot shaded... To hell with Corey. Zingbot came for my... What is this called? Girl, Zingbot came for my this. Whatever this is, my Adam's apple, he came for that. Why would you come for my neck like that? Why would you come for my Adams? Don't ever come for my Adams. Don't ever. So y'all see, I'm still salty about that. So that's why I was in the comments when Julie posted talking about it's BBAI. Oh, let Zingbot play. I'm trying to see something because he got a lot to say. Let him in the game. Yeah, let him free. Release the shackles. Let him free. I'm trying to see something real quick. Because Zingbot said, what? Why would you ever come for my Adam's apple? Don't ever come for my Adams. Don't. Do not come for my apple. When you were evicted, why did you not let Corey give you a hug? I was mad at Corey. I was mad at Corey when I didn't hug him. I was mad at Corey on eviction night. I think that... I was looking at my how much juice I had on my phone. I think that people did see the extent of Corey and I's relationship. And so Corey was one of the people who I talked to the most in the house. And not even just like game stuff. Just like a lot of, you know, y'all know how Corey is. Just like regular life stuff. We would like nerd out about like, girl, I was in there talking to Corey about like community schools and like school lunch program and the school voucher program and charter school. Girl, I used to be in there talking about Corey, all type of stuff. He was like one of the only people who I could like nerd out with, and it'd be like, you know, whatever. So I was sad. I was sad more than I was like upset, if I'm being honest with you guys. Yeah, I was upset that, you know, I was upset that it went down the way that it went down. That's all that it was. But I'm not like, I'm not salty. But in that moment, I was like, don't try to hug me. Because you just in my face and you lied to me. You just sat in my face. And you didn't have to do that. So yeah, that's where I was. I was just upset. Have you made friends with people from other BB seasons? If so, who? Yes, I made a lot of friends with people from I made a lot of friends with BB alum. Girl, I met so many people, and so many people I text and talk to all the time. I love Kimmy. Me and Big girl, if you saw the text messages between me and Big D, bitch, I would be canceled. You'll walk out like the queen boss as you should. Okay, period. Yeah, why not go out talking a little trash? Could you even tell family that you were leaving for Big Brother? I didn't tell a lot of my family that I was leaving. I had my mom and my husband tell people like a week before the show aired. Probably not like a week before. I gave my mom specific instructions because my mom cannot hold water, y'all. Like when my mom had to sign the little NDA, I remember telling them, I'm like, y'all, my mom is not to be trusted with. Girl, my mom is not to be trusted. And lo and behold, when I come home, so my mom's first like, your mom told me you was going to the show. She said, I couldn't wait for it to air. Oh, so she told you before the show aired. See, this is why I can't tell you no, mom, because you talk too much. So yeah, I didn't tell a whole bunch of my family. I told my mom and or my husband to like tell my family. But what I did do is, because I didn't tell my job before I had left what show I was going on, before I left, I gave my husband my boss's number. And I was like, text her and tell her, like what show it is so she can watch for premiere night. Because before I left, they were like, oh my God, we want to watch you. When does it air and all that? And I couldn't give them all the information. But I told her, I was like, well, I'm going to have my husband text you so that you can watch. And so they had a watch party at my old job, which was pretty cool. So my husband ended up texting my old boss and like telling her she's going to be on Big Brother, it airs this day and all that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Was your boss fine with you leaving? No, she didn't want me to leave. How did you find out you were cast? Girl, when they showed up to my house talking about let's record this intro, I said, oh, okay. Because what if your husband get casted? Y'all, I say this all the time. I'm like, first of all, I think my husband would probably do so much better on Survivor than he would on a game like Big Brother. I think my husband on Survivor, I'm telling you, my husband would be a villain. I just want y'all to know that. That's all I'm gonna say. My husband would be a villain. My husband would be a villain. They for real just showed up at your house, girl. They didn't show up at my house. They showed up at a place and was like, pull up. And I was like, say less. But my husband would be a villain for sure if he got casted. He would do a lot better on Survivor than he would do on Big Brother. Like on Big Brother, I don't know. My husband's the oldest of 5, and I just don't know if he would, like, I think Big Brother it's a totally different game than like it's different from The Circle, it's different from Survivor. It's such like a long game. Like it's just different from any of these other shows. So I'm just like, I think that he would do better on a show that's not like as long. But he's the oldest of 5, so he would like be okay in the house because he like has lived with a lot of people. Not that 5 is a lot of people, but you know what I mean. He's like lived in the house with like a decent amount of people. But girl, my husband would be a villain. Whatever show he goes on, he will 100% be a villain because he does not care. And when I mean he does not care, like he don't care about being the bad guy. He will 1000% be the bad guy, and his like desire to like win and just not giving a fuck is very high. Hi, my love. Hi, Sheree. Hi, Rio. I love walking around the house like I'm in Big Brother. Girl, period. Wait, am I the only person that sometimes walk around my house with my eyes closed? Like, I said all this to say, y'all remember that video that I lost, the haunted house one, that haunted house video when we had like the little bitty light that we had to see and it was pitch black in there. The reason why I wasn't scared, bitch, I walk around my house all the time with my eyes closed. Like, I don't know why I'm like this. Y'all don't do that? You don't ever walk around your house and sometimes you're just like, let me go from my bedroom like downstairs to the kitchen with my eyes completely closed? Bitch, I do that all the time. Like, I literally do that all the time. Does nobody else do that? I don't know. Or sometimes I just get up and I just have my eyes closed and I just be walking and like feeling for stuff, or I'll be like, I know this thing is here and I go grab something. Girl, I do that shit all the time. I don't know if that's creepy or not, but anyways, that shit prepared me. Like, doing weird stuff like that like prepares you, because when we did that when we did the veto, the one where we had the little light, girl, I was not scared. I'm like, bitch, I walk around my house blindfolded all the time, stubbing my toe, running into shit. This ain't nothing. This is nothing. Favorite comp was pressure cooker / wall comp, which, girl, let's not even talk about the wall comp. You were the only sane one in BB. Amelia, I like your taste. I like your taste. I like your taste, sister. I like your taste. I'm scrolling up, y'all. Thoughts on steam rolls. I think it kind of depends on who the steam rollers are. If it's men, I'm not interested. If it's a man, I'm not interested. Now, if women are doing the steam roll, but if it's a man, I don't want to see it. I'm not interested. Y'all, listen, let me tell you, let me just say this, okay? Men, you don't get periods. You don't have to have children. You think I want to see you steamroll your way to $750,000? I want you to suffer. I want you to get cramps. I want you to sit in the hospital and push out a child. What are you talking about? I don't think you deserve to steamroll through anything. What? You have a life of leisure, okay? No, I don't want to see a man steamroll. Mimi, I'm so disappointed. I thought you were going to win the wall comp. Sister, please don't break my heart like that. Like, don't. Period. Wall comp was rigged. You ain't heard that from me though. No, look, let me tell y'all this. When I got, so before we went into the wall comp, in my mind, I was like, I'm about to eat this wall comp down. Okay? In my mind, I said I was gonna eat this wall comp down. Girl, bitch, I got out there on that wall, and like being on the wall, it looks like the ledge is like you have enough room for your feet, so I was never scared that I was like gonna fall off of the wall. Bitch, when that wall started tilting, after the first lean, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here early. When they lean that first, I said, oh yeah, go ahead, bring that shit back up, because I got about 2 or 3 more leans in me. I got about 2 or 3 more leans in me. Bitch, and I'm out of here. I just want y'all to know that. After that first lean, I said, oh yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all, girl, I swear to God, every time it was leaning, y'all, this is my arms was like this. Every time it was leaning, I was like this. And I swear to God, I was praying. I was like, Jesus, please don't let me fall first. God, please, please, no, I gotta fall like 5th or 6th or something. I knew I was going down. What are you talking about? See, y'all don't be seeing the leans. Y'all just be watching like, oh, it's the wall comp, sister, that lean, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. My arms was like this. No ma'am. Y'all see that little arm fat was on 10. No ma'am. No ma'am. Thoughts on the final 3 from BB25? That's what you're talking about? That's what you're talking about? Huh? This what? The what? No, I'm playing. Is the DR scripted? The DRs are not scripted, sister. Why did y'all turn on Heisem so quick? Who? Dante, did you leave? Come back. Come back. Who? Why did who? Name the names. Who? Who did that? Who? Dante, where you at? Run it back. Who? Clarify. Clarify for me, friend. Would Sari have won if she was in the final 2? I think so. I mean, I think it depends on who she was sitting up there next to. But do you mean she was sitting next to like Jagger Matt, or like or you mean just like in general? Mimi, I was rooting for you. Oh, thank you, Anthony. I love you so much. Who would have gotten your jury vote? Honestly, y'all, I don't know. I would like, I don't know. It would have depended on like a lot of different factors. It would have like went on like a lot of different factors. Where is Dante? Because I need him to clarify. I need you to clarify. There you go, Dante. Dante said, well, Felicia and 3. Okay, I'm about to say, clarify, Dante. Get it right. Get it right. Because you know like I know. I remember on Twitter, it was Miko and Kirsten versus Sari and Felicia. Oh, wait, what was happening on Twitter? Me and Kirsten versus Sari and Mama Fee. What? Why? What happened? What did I miss? What do you unexpectedly miss the most when you were in the house? Outside of my husband, I think that I missed just being able to like cook the foods that I like wanted to cook in the way that I wanted to cook them. The kitchen was like always occupied, and or just, you know, you take what they give you. Like they don't have, y'all see Mama Feet asking for seasonings and all that stuff. So they have like very like, you know, they have the necessities, but they are not like the ones that you keep in your house. So I think just being able to like cook the stuff that I wanted to cook in the way that I wanted to cook it. Thoughts on no, because why is Jag doing TikTok live? Is he doing TikTok live currently? I am, you know what's funny, y'all? First of all, I after a certain point, like after probably like the first or second month after I got in the house, I told myself, I said, I can't, that when I first got out of the house, you know, the first thing I did was got on Twitter and search my name, because what was it? I was reading every tweet. I probably read 10,000 tweets. I swear to God, y'all. I was on Twitter after I got evicted. I was on Twitter like, what was you bitches in there saying? I was saying, what y'all saying? So, but one of the things that cracks me up, the way y'all go in on Jag about these lives, I cackle every single time, girl. I cry. I'm like, the people are against you, brother. They don't fuck with you. They don't like it. Get off of it. Stop having people send you universes. But yes, I was definitely, girl, what? I looked through a million tweets. I was like, what was that? What? And then I saved some of the ones when I was talking real crazy. I saved them. I bookmarked them. I was like, Because I can't wait till I go and win one of these motherfuckers. And I come back and say, what was you saying, skinny head? You said something, little hair. What did you say? Yeah, I can't wait for it. I can't wait to get my revenge. Okay. Examples. Girl, people were saying all type of stuff. When you come out of the house, y'all are on Big Brother Twitter. Y'all know the type of foolishness that goes on there. I've heard the most outlandish things. I've heard some of the most like crazy, most like tame things. Like, girl, somebody said Matt should have won. Then they said Matt should not have won. I'm crying. Jag was playing from an underdogish spot. Jag and his brother are like TikTok agency now too. Yes, they have a TikTok agency. Between Matt and Jag, Matt deserved it 100%. Matt should have won. Miko is a barb, very much a barb. Did the house stink? The house didn't really stink. No, there wasn't really a stench in the house. It didn't really stink. No. What's the most shocking thing you heard about yourself from your house guests once you were out? That's a good question. The most shocking thing, you know what's crazy? I remember coming out and I was asking my husband and my mom and like my family who was watching the live feeds, and I was like, what were they saying about, like, what did people say? Like, what were people saying? And according to them, at least, they were like, you know, people didn't really have anything like bad to say about you. Like, people generally like liked you. They just didn't like, you know, you were hard to read for them, but like generally speaking, like as a person, they liked you. So that was what my like mom and husband were telling me when I came out, at least. But also, y'all know moms and husbands they're probably looking for all the good stuff. So who knows? But I don't know. I didn't hear really anything disparaging. Me being selfish was one of them. Like, I'm selfish. I'm like self-centered. That was one. I didn't want to clean the bathroom. I was like too bougie to clean the bathroom. That was one. Girl, a lot of like random stuff. My salad, my kale salad wasn't massaged. Like, nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. When did Jackson, Vicky, or Cody Gallagher? Hi, my love. You would have lasted if he didn't get saved. No, don't forget that you technically would have lasted longer if he didn't get saved. If Jag didn't get saved. Clock the T. Did they debrief you about social media and the mental toll of it after you leave? Yes. So when you go to like post-show, like post-eviction sequester, you have a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, have a lot of conversations outside of like the press that you have to do. Excuse me. And so one of the things that they talk to you about is social media. You talk to like the what's it called, the therapist. You talk to the therapist. The therapist is one of the people that you speak to immediately after eviction, and then you talk to that person again, like kind of right before you leave. And one of the things they talk to you about is like social media, specifically Twitter. Believe it or not, LOL. trying to get that money back from taxes, period. And for my sake, what? Can you give us a YouTube about the whole process? Yes. Why did you choose your bed? The bed that I chose in the scramble room, honestly, that was just like a acted off impulse kind of thing. I just acted off impulse. If I had been more intentional about the bed that I chose, I probably would have chosen a bed that was in a room that had literally no walls. Like, trying to be sneaky and have conversations and do whatever in a room that has no walls is probably not the best course of action. So, you know, but it was just off impulse. I came in and it was a cute bed in a cute room, pink blankets or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be here. And then after like the day 2, I was like, fuck, I should have chose like another room. So yes. Do you watch Love Island? Yes, I watch Love Island. From what I remember, that's pretty accurate. I think you're referring to what I said about my family telling me what people were saying about me on the show, which I agree. We need Blue and Mimi pick soon. Coming ASAP. Did you practice your high Julies? I absolutely did. How would your mom do on Big Brother? What is one thing you wish you could have done in the game? I wish I could have won. I wish I could have been HOH, winning HOH, and actually being in a position of power that you don't have to like finesse. See, the thing that I don't like, let me rephrase this. I don't like faux power, or I don't like being like adjacent to power. I like actually being in power, right? Like I work in politics, so being adjacent to power is like the story of my life, right? Like I'm always adjacent to power, and I'm always working behind the scenes to like prop up everybody else and make their thing go. And I went to go play like a game like Big Brother to like have the power in my hands and like take control and like be in a position where I can influence outcomes and influence like who stay, who go, who this, who that. And I'm mad that I didn't get to do that, because I feel like I came so close to winning so many times, and I just like never did. Like HOHs and vetoes, I feel like I came so close to winning so many times, and I just like couldn't ever pull through a win. But I would have loved for y'all to see me in a position of power so that y'all could really like, I feel like not ever winning and not ever really being in a position of power, like regardless of how you make it to the end of the game, like without that level of power, it's hard to like, it's just hard to like determine how you are as like a game player without ever having to like be in power. Do they tell you that you have to say I sadly vote to evict? No, they don't tell you anything. When they ask you who would you like to evict, whatever comes out of your mouth just comes out of your mouth. I think people just tend to say some of the same things because we're all fans of the show and we watch the show, but it's not like a prompt that you have to say with the vote. You don't have to say I vote to evict. The only thing that is like a prompt or a script is like nominations, vetoes, HOHs, that stuff. And then when you're like reading rules for any like comps or whatever, that they sometimes have us read the rules. But otherwise, if you're like in the DR or whatever, it's not like a say this prompt before you say who your vote is. No, people just, I think, say the same thing because we've all watched the show and we just kind of feel like that's what you're supposed to say. So what's the tea that wasn't shown? What's tea that wasn't shown? Somebody asked me this question earlier. Tea that wasn't shown. Oh, well, actually, y'all, I don't know how much of this is shown or not, but Izzy Fields definitely wanted the smoke with Cam and Hisam. Wanted the smoke, okay? Like, smoke. I was like, Izzy, you good? You all right, sister? Izzy definitely wanted the smoke with Cam and Hisam. Was like, she was not playing any games. She was on there. No, she was on there. She was on there next, okay? She was not playing. Wait, do you work for a campaign or like a think tank, or what do you do? What do you do in politics? So I am a political consultant / lobbyist. So in technical terms, what my job is, not necessarily where I work, but in technical terms, what my job is as a lobbyist is that I work on behalf of like nonprofit organizations, think tanks, etc. Most of my work is based in education. All of my work is based in education. So essentially what it is that I do, the quick and dirty, is that I go to Capitol Hill. I analyze federal policies, regulations in regard to education. I go to Capitol Hill and I try to convince members of Congress and their staff to make bills better, write new bills, improve the quality of education in this country in some way, shape, or form. That's like the quick and dirty of what I do. Where I work at specifically, like, varies. we Izzy being angry with Hisam on the live feeds, but it was cut off. Y'all saw Izzy being angry Hisam on the live feeds. Yeah, Izzy wanted to smoke. Did you think a twist was happening when you saw people named Blue and Red? No, I didn't think a twist was happening. I just thought there was some funny names. Blue, Red, America. I was like, oh. And I think everybody else's name was just like, you know, normal as normal can be. Spill the Hisam tea. Which Hisam tea? Which Hisam tea you want me to spell, friend? Would you play again if you're given the chance, and what would you do differently? I absolutely would play again if I were given the chance to play Big Brother again. I think that like the old saying goes is when you know better, you do better. And I mentioned this earlier, but I think one of the issues that I had on BB25 is that I spent a lot of time on defense and not enough time on on offense. And so that's immediately the thing that I would do different is I should have spent way more time on offense than I did. I spent a lot of time on defense. Have you talked to Davon yet? Yes, I talked to Davon. I love Davon. I love Day Mama Day. I love Davon. Love Davon. It's a picture of me and Davon on my page somewhere. Let me see. I met Red and Gatlinburg on my honeymoon. Okay, period. Shout out Gatlinburg. I know you're working overtime with this election. Girl, this election, I might get on here and do some commentary. I was tweeting a little bit during the presidential debate, but I said that I was going to come on here and do like some, for lack of better words, like politics for dummies things. But I need to figure out like what I want to say and how I want to say it to the people, because y'all know politics is very nuanced. Mimi, you're not making jewelry was the biggest injustice of your season. We love you so much, Eva. I love you back, my friend. Did you think game would have changed if the week 1 incident didn't happen? With Luke, I think that the game would have been different if Kirsten's eviction had been canceled. If I don't know how differently it would have been if Luke was there, but I think it would have been different if Kirsten's eviction was canceled. Yeah. Yeah. I am sure that you're working hard to feel all the things. The whole Biden and Trump debate was a mess. Girl, don't get me started. What you mean more offense? Like specifically, what would you change? When I say more offense, I said that I spent a lot of time on defense. I spent a lot of time trying to... When I say spend more time on offense, what I specifically mean is that I should have been more proactive in at least faking. Faking, like, one, I liked people more than I did, or that I could like stand them. I think it was very visible that sometimes I was like agitated or like didn't want to be bothered. So I need to do a better job of like hiding my true emotions. Because the stuff that I said in the storage room, I swear, I kid y'all not, right hand to God, I meant every single word that I said. That was not like I'm talking to the camera, I want people to like me and think this is cheeky. I was dead ass serious. I meant every single word that I said. In those moments, whatever I said and whoever I said it about, I 100% meant that. And I feel like sometimes, I said all that to say, sometimes it would show. Right? And so I just should have been more proactive in like, you know, hiding some of those emotions, like making alliances that people at least believe that I believed in, and like trying to finesse the HOHs to do more of what I wanted to do. Oh, thank you, Tay. I think I would have a really hard time because my face has subtitles. Girl, yours, mine. I can't hide my emotions for anything. I used to wake up and wear blood. I think Luke would have been the Corey to Jared. Luke would have been the Corey to Jared? Like Luke would have been Jared's Corey? Is that what you mean? We're talking about Big Brother. She asked what show we're talking about. Do you feel like it should have been canceled? Kirsten's eviction, yes. I think her eviction should have been canceled. I think that going into that first week or going into that first eviction, we all thought it was going to be canceled. Like we were 100% convinced that it was going to be canceled until Julie came on the overcom and said that we were going to have a live vote. And I was like, oh shit. So we were all under the guise that the eviction was going to get canceled. Somebody said Luke. Yeah, y'all, Luke. I think Luke would have been Jared's preferred ally. Oh, that makes sense. You know what's crazy? I think that let me be careful with my words. Let me be careful with my words before I say something. I think what was the biggest shock being on the show? What was the biggest shock you got being on the show versus being a viewer? I think the biggest shock that I got is like the mechanics of the show, like how the show actually works outside of like how it's produced, like how it's shown, like how the show actually works. They put you in a circus with the cast iron. Don't blame you. Yeah, you know, I talked about this with a few of my castmates post-season, but I feel like our season was like in a roundabout way meant to be like played in duos, if you will, and not like intentionally, but I think that's like kind of what ended up happening. Like if you look at all of like the close-knit alliances or friendships or whatever that kind of lasted throughout the entirety of the game, most of them were duos. And even if there was like a trio or whatever, like the duo was always tighter than they were the duo was tighter than the trio was, or the foursome, or whatever it is. And I feel like the game was supposed to be played in duos. And when I think about who my partner was supposed to be, I wholeheartedly believe that Heisem was supposed to be that person for me. Like, he was supposed to have been like the other part of a duo for me. Y'all, this lady got so much stuff on, like, y'all can't see this, but it is literally so much, like, girl, why did you do that? And so I just feel like I was sad that he left. I'm so sad that he left, because I know that me and Heisem would have been a, like, force to be reckoned with. And so I'm super sad that he had left. The same way some of us thought Kirsten and Jared would have had a show, man. It's just so funny. Hi, Austin. Is there anyone that was on the show that was portrayed as nice but was a bitch in real life? I don't think there is anybody that was portrayed like... No, I would say no. I would say no. But I do stand by what I said finale night about the hero edit. But outside of that, I don't think that there was, like, anybody who was nicer or meaner than... Honestly, how y'all saw people be on the show is kind of how they are in real life, like, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, we all know Red doesn't talk like how he talks at all times of the day. Like, that's not how he speaks to you at all times. But, you know, stuff like that. What hero edit? I'm talking about the comment that I made on finale night about Cam. Everyone repent and live for Jesus. Everyone repent and live for Jesus. Jolly, amen to you. I 100% agree. I think your duo was Kirsten. Okay, period. He talked too much. Who talked too much? Do y'all have to huddle around memory wall post eviction? You don't necessarily have to. I think that's just like the natural flow of typically what happens, because we all kind of want to see the photo like go gray. So it's not something that they necessarily require us to do. They don't, like, once someone is evicted, they don't say, hey y'all, go stand, you know, hey guys, go stand in front of the memory wall. That's not how it happens. We all just kind of naturally go over there because, you know, the photo is going to turn gray, and that's just like, you know, whatever. Was it boring the couple of days after the competitions for the week and before the eviction? Yes. Some of the days before the competitions, days, so like Sunday and Monday, and like those days are, yeah, those days are like, especially because you don't have access to the backyard because they're cleaning up the backyard, girl. Are you gonna watch BB26? I am. I absolutely am. I'm scrolling back up. It is so hard to wrap my head around all the moving parts, comp setup and everything. Girl, it is so complicated. Like, once you're in there and you're like, damn, we got to do this, if I do this, girl, like, it's, you don't just, contrary to like popular belief, people think that even, like, yes, there is downtime and times where we're bored and times we can't do anything and times to do this and right? But like the days that we like have to do things, the day this is like a HOH, the days it's a veto, the days it's a nomination ceremony, the days it's a veto ceremony, like those are like busy days. Like, it's not like we just sitting around and like, so we really only get out of a 7-day week, you probably only get like two actual like down, like three, I would say like 3 actual down days, and then like the 4 other days are like kind of busy. Did y'all ever see or hear the Julie when you weren't supposed to? Girl, Julie don't be there. Julie, you're gonna hear and see Julie on Thursday, and you're gonna hear and see Julie again the next Thursday. That's it. That's all. We had Felicia Sari, Nicole Kirsten, Corey, America, Jagman. Oh, as duos. We're talking about duos. I kind of like that. I think they voted you out because you didn't actively participate in strategy talks. I was salty. That's probably a reason for like that group of people. I didn't actively engage in like strategy talks with them that often. No. But honestly, to be honest with y'all, I think at that point of the season, I low-key was. Because at that point, I had found out about, but again, y'all don't like see this. So like, you know, people don't believe it's happening unless you see it. But at that point, I had found out about like the Jared and Miss Sari wanting to get rid of Mama Fee and like all of this stuff. So I had been talking to that side of the house and doing, you know what I mean, by that point. So yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll back up because the comments come so fast. Did you have handler with you on the flight to LA? Absolutely. You know what's crazy? She had her phone and was like watching music, watching videos and listening to music and like doing stuff and just texting and doing whatever. And I was sitting here like, sis, I can't have my phone. She was like, no. Would you do another show? I would do another show depending on like what it is. Do you like the live competition premiere, or would you have preferred introductions first? I like the live competition premiere because it's like it's real and raw. Like, it's no hiding and escaping. My nerves were so bad. The reason why I fell on the first night isn't because I was like, I tripped. I was just so damn nervous. They told us that, you know, 4 people are possibly going to be up for nomination. And when I seen, I didn't know who they were at the time, but America ran first, and then, but I just saw 2 girls run. America won first, and then Bowie Jane ran. And honestly, I didn't even know that it was like Jared that was on the other side. I didn't know who that other person was. Honestly, I didn't know if it was a man, a woman, a girl. I didn't know who the fuck it was. All I know is when I seen 2 people take off, y'all, this was me. I saw 2 people take off. Bitch, I had that puzzle. I got over so much PR today, actually. I had that puzzle. I was like, because this is the thing. I had the piece. Like, the final piece was the last piece. But it was like multiple ways to get the piece to fit. But it was only one right way, if that makes sense. Like, that's how tricky Big Brother is. It's like, it's multiple ways to do the thing, but it's only one right way, if that makes sense. So, girl, that first night, let me scroll down. That first night when we were doing that puzzle, bitch. So I'm up, I'm doing it, and the pieces were low-key, like, the pieces are styrofoam pieces that's obviously just like coated in like whatever little thing that they have on there. But because the pieces are so big, like, they're not heavy in terms of like weight, but they're like big pieces. Like, the pieces are literally like the size of my whole freaking body. I'm 5'3", 115 pounds. Like, the pieces are literally like my entire body. Girl, so I'm like, got this piece, and mind you, I'm sweating. I'm sweating like a whole ass man. Like, girl, a grown man, a 50-year-old man. So I'm sweating. I'm sitting here like this. Oh, not y'all send me a PR box and it's open. Girl, I hope it ain't no anthrax. Girl. Anyway, so look, I was like, I saw one person run. I saw. And then that last piece, so this is the gag. Before you do any of the games, they give you like rules for the competitions, right? Like things that you can do and things that you can't do, or like things that would like essentially get you like, for lack of better words, like disqualified. They don't necessarily use those words, but like obviously you can't just like do anything in these competitions. So one of the rules for that comp, like the first night comp, was that you can't, like, they told us that the pieces were styrofoam pieces. It was like they're big pieces. They explained to us all of the games before we came out of there, but you don't get to pre-pick the game. You basically just pick the game when you basically just pick the game when you I'm telling y'all now, my husband's a veteran. Don't come up in my house playing and acting crazy. Don't come and unless you're ready to meet the Lord, then I unless you're ready to go meet Jesus, then, you know, do your thing. But anyways, so you know, one of the rules for that, for the first night, was that they told us like what all the games were and like things that we could and couldn't do, right, for each of them. And so one of the things for that game, specifically for the puzzle, was that you can't like break a piece in order for it to fit, because they told us like it's multiple ways to do this, but there's only one right way. And like, you can't break a piece in order for it to fit, right? And so when I was like doing that last little piece, when it was just me and Jared left, I had fit it one way technically, but I would have needed to just like kind of like hammer down on it for it to go. And so in my mind, I was like, I could do that, but what if I do that and then like I win, and then they come back and be like, oh well, you're disqualified because you. So then I had to like stand there a couple extra seconds and like get it right. Like, oh my God. So yeah, that was the first time I was like, and then so once I got it, it wasn't because I tripped, because I was like, I tripped on something, or I was clumsy. Girl, I was so fucking nervous, bitch. My toenails were sweating. Like, my toenails were sweating, okay? Like, my feet, I had on heels, and y'all know I had on like these little, where are these shoes at? These are the heels I had on. The heel part is dirty. But like, I had on these little Steve Maddens. Y'all seen the shoe. If y'all seen the meme, this is the shoe. This is the shoe. Girl, this is from premiere night. Bitch, my toes, my whole, is plastic. Girl, bitch, I'm surprised I didn't break my damn neck. My whole foot was sweating. My whole foot was sweating. Literally, my entire foot was sweating. Like, legitimately. You were running like Sha'Carri. Girl, I was running like Freddie versus Jason, okay? Like, I was the only one wearing heels on premiere night. And you know what's crazy? I had Air Force Ones. I had sneakers. And so first thing my husband asked me when I came home, he was like, did they not tell y'all that y'all were competing on the first night? I was like, yeah. He was like, so why did you have on the heels? And I was like, because I wanted to look cute for Julie. My husband was like, what the fuck? I was like, I wanted to look cute for Julie. Girl, I was running like Baywatch. Like, man, where are you going? Oh, I didn't have these heels on. When I saw, you know what's crazy? What Kirsten was like a glam girl. So when I saw like another glam girl walk out, like somebody that was in full glam walk out and she didn't have on heels, I was like, oh, I fucked up. I was a part of the first group that walked onto the stage for the premiere. It was me. Who was on that back row with me? It was me, Luke, Red, Riley. We were all a part of like that first group to go onto the stage on premiere night. So when we all walked on the stage, and I saw Blue and I saw Riley, I was like, okay, they got on sneakers. Blue had on like a little workout outfit. I think Riley had on jeans. I was like, okay. And then the second group that came in was Kirsten's group. Girl, when Kirsten came in, full glam, face beat to the gods, hair laid, and she had on sneakers. I said, oh, I fucked up. What am I doing? I done fucked up. What? So yeah, that first night, my husband was like, did they not tell you? I was like, yeah, they told us that we were competing. And I just wanted to look cute. And I had sneakers. On. You know what's crazy? I blame my handler. Because I had sneakers on backstage. And before I went on stage, I was like, I'm torn between the sneakers and the heels. I'm like, this is like my first introduction to the world. I'm going to be on TV for the first time. My whole family is watching. Like, do I really want to be out here with sneakers or do I have to put the heels on? And she was like, I think you should put the heels on. I was like, I shouldn't have listened to her ass. If you're watching this and you're on season 27, 28, 29, 30, don't listen to the handlers. Don't listen to the handlers when they tell you to put heels on and not wear tennis shoes. Because, man, why would you ever advise me to do that? You knew better. Don't give me a reason. Don't confirm something that I want to do that's wrong. Like, talk me out of it. I needed her to talk me off the ledge. Were you sussing everyone out when you guys couldn't talk on stage? What was your first impressions? I was definitely sussing everybody out when we couldn't talk on stage. You know what's funny? I stood right behind Mama Fee. Mama Fee was standing directly in front of me, and so they told us when we came on stage, like, they tell you don't because the screens that are playing the intro are like behind us, if you will, so you can, you know, when a new one is playing, because you can kind of like vaguely hear it. You just can't like make out exactly what the person's saying, but you like know when a new intro is playing, if that makes sense. And it's showing behind us, so they tell you not to turn around because obviously the screens are behind you. They don't want you to see. And then they also tell you when you're on the stage, like, don't talk to each other. Or like, don't look back. So don't look around. Like, don't speak to one another when you're on the like, basically you're just standing there and like they tell you can respond to Julie. So if Julie asks you a question or like whatever, you can respond to Julie, but obviously don't have like any outbursts. Don't stand on stage and be like, hi, I'm so excited to be here. Like, don't do anything weird. It's live. So, you know, if Julie asks you a question, you can respond. Or if she asks the group of a question, obviously you can respond, but don't just like go rogue and like start screaming or yelling, like doing anything weird or talking to people or doing any of that. So I said all that to say Mama Fee doesn't listen, because we were standing on stage, and this was like during one of the commercials, and they tell us when it's going on commercial break, right? So like, oh, you know, we're in a commercial, we'll be back in, you know, 90 seconds or 120 seconds or whatever it is. So like, you know, it's one of the longer commercial breaks, like, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Girl, while Mama Fee's standing in front of me, first of all, Mama Fee, that first night, she was oiled down, okay? Mama Fee was oiled down that first night, because all I see in front of me is a shiny little head that keep turning around. I'm like, I don't know who this lady is, but they told your ass don't be turning around. Girl, all I see is shiny little head just keep, and then she keeps like looking at me and like smiling. And I'm like low-key a little goody two-shoes. I'm like, Mama Fee, you know, I didn't know she was Mama Fee at the time, obviously. But like, she would turn around, she would just be like smiling. She would be like I swear to God, y'all, she would turn around, look at me, and just be like a smile, and then turn back around, and I was like, what is up with this lady? What is she doing? And her hair was just so shiny. I was like, what is this lady doing? She kept looking back at me and being like, but it was like, you know how people are trying to like smile all sneaky? She was like, I'm like, I see you. They see you. They told you not to turn around. They told you not to turn around. Like, girl, what are you doing? She, I swear to God, y'all, every time it was a commercial, she would look back at me and be like, and I'm like, is this like a code word for like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Mama Fee said, you were better off just being like, girl, you're not slick, Mama Fee. You are not low, baby. Like, you are not low key at all. They see you. So from day one, Mama Fee was doing what she wanted to do, okay? She was turning around, smiling at everybody, doing whatever. Ironically enough, with me and Izzy and ours dressing room, we were in the same, like, it's like 2 dressing rooms per area, I guess. So it's like one room here, and then it's like another state. You know, it's like 2 dressing rooms per area or whatever. So anyways, Izzy and I were in the same, like space for dressing room. So when we walked out for the first time to get on the carts to go over to like the set, when we walked out, Izzy asked don't listen either because they told us well before we got there not to, like, don't talk to anybody when you get out there. Like, you're gonna see other house guests, don't speak to them. You can't speak to them until you get in the house. They reiterated this so many times. They said it to us like throughout the day. They said it to us probably like 20 times. Like, when you get out there, don't talk to anybody. You can't speak until you guys get into the house. The game starts when you get in the house. Don't talk to them on stage. Don't talk to them in the this, right? And so as soon as we walked out of the room, y'all remember Izzy had on like that. I remember this like it was yesterday. It's so crazy that BB26 is starting because I feel like I literally just came off of BB25. Like, I feel like I just came out of sequester. But y'all know Izzy had on the plaid shirt. I think it had like different colors of plaid or whatever. And then she also kind of had like I think her hair was like I don't know. It was like, was it like a mohawk or something? I don't know. I feel like her hair had like volume. It was like high or something at the time, if I remember correctly. But anyways, so I come out and Izzy is the very first person I saw because she's like in the same holding room, dressing room side as me. So why would I come out? We literally walked out at the same time. Like, my handler and her handler opened the door at the same time. We literally walk out at the same time. Y'all, why the fuck is he talking about, hey? Somebody from production was like, no. Because like when we walked in the hallway, our handlers walked us out, but then like the production team, like people were out there to like, you know, move us around and do stuff. Girl, Izzy was like, hey, and the production team was like, no, don't do that. Don't speak. I was like, so that's why we were on the stage and Mama Fee was like smiling at me. I'm like, girl, somebody already got in trouble today for talking and not following the rules. Y'all not about to, and I will be the one to get in trouble. That's how shit works. It's never the culprit. It's always the innocent person. Like, so I came out of the room and Izzy and she was loud. It wasn't just like a head nod, like, what's up? She was like verbally like, hey, and I was like, and the man was like, no, like a girl. I'm talking about grandma, bitch. It was somebody's grandfather. Like, who's gonna be arguing with this 60-year-old man? Okay, Papa, you got it. Let me shut the fuck up. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm good. I'm here to get $750,000. I don't want no problems. Do not detain me. Send her ass back in there. Let me go. She don't follow rules. I follow rules. I have nothing to say. Send her ass the fuck back. Actually, send her home. Send her back to her place. Send her back to her residence. She don't deserve to be here. She don't listen. Send her ass back. She don't deserve to be here. Nope, she don't listen. Send her back. Bye. Get her out of here. So yeah, I was like, I swear, I was like, huh? And he was like, no speaking. I was like, and Izzy was like, and so said all that, say the very first person that I spoke to in the house was Izzy, because I was like, your ass don't listen, do you? She was like, girl, I didn't think that they was gonna be. I was like, yeah, bitch, they told us not to fucking talk. Your ass come out talking about, hey, like, girl, these people not playing. What do you think this? They don't do this shit for fun. This is a business, man. These people are at work. Listen, follow the instructions. So yeah. Anyways, Mama Fee and Izzy, day one, were rebels. They didn't listen. Izzy came out talking about, hey, Mama Fee turned around smiling. I'm like, so then after I talked to Mama Fee, after Mama Fee talking about, yo, I would turn around and I saw a couple glimpses of people, I saw a couple glimpses of people's intro tapes. I said, yeah, because you kept turning around. She's talking about, yeah, I ain't never telling her. I said, yeah, I know you caught a couple glimpses of people's intro tapes because your ass kept turning around. Your ass kept turning. You know what's funny? I don't think that they ever showed this, but night one, me and Izzy made like did Did me and Izzy make a final two on night one? I think me and Izzy made a final two on night one, which is kind of crazy. Because we had like that what's that thing called? What was I just talking about? The dressing room little moment, and I was like, and we had that little moment on night one. Crazy. Do you think someone will wear heels on night one? I hope not. I hope not. But also, to be fair, the reason why I was like, oh, I think I should be fine with the heels is because in season 24, some of the girls had on heels. In the games, I feel like the games on premiere night on 24 weren't as like physical as the games that we had on 25. Like, I feel like our games on 25 night one had like a lot more movement than the games that they had on 24. So when the girls had on heels on 24, it was just like, fine. But on our season, our games were like a lot more physical. So I don't think that anybody should wear heels moving forward. Because in my mind, I was like, well, on season 24, a lot of the girls, I remember like 3 girls having on heels on season 24. And I was like, they were fine. And so I should have been thinking that way, because obviously totally different season, totally different games. Maybe you already answered this, but were you a super fan going in? Yes, I was a fan before going in. They played the intro tapes on the screen while y'all just stood on stage. They don't play them for us to see. They play them like on a small, so it's not like on a big projector screen where you can see. It's like literally a small, it's like a small screen that like the production, it's like a production screen. So if you're a cameraman or somebody that works in like TV production, I'm sure there's like an actual term or word for whatever this screen was, but it wasn't like a large projector like we can see. It wasn't like that. It was like a small screen, but this screen was like behind us. So in the event that you would have turned around, you definitely would have been able to see as somebody did. Have you received your BB box after the show? If you should show us what comes with it. Yes, I received my box. They play intro tapes on stage. Yeah, I think I just said that. So yeah. This season is a 2-night premiere, so I think it's a pre-film premiere, introductions or first. I think that sounds right. So like a monitor for Julia. That's what it is. It's like a monitor, teleprompter. Exactly. That's what it is. It's not like a big projector where like everybody can see it. It's not like that. It's like a small screen that's like behind us. But if you turn around and like look at it long enough, you can definitely like see. Intro tapes are like the intros that they show on premiere night when they tell you who we are. They introduce the players to us, like those or to the people. That's what I'm talking about. Most of those comps were physical. Absolutely. What was your favorite comp? Favorite comps are between pressure cooker and wall comp. Those are probably my 2 favorite. I think there are monitors under all the prompters. That sounds about right. How many times did you apply before you got picked? I applied once. So my first, Big Brother is the first and only show that I've ever applied to, and that was the first time. Last year was the first time that I ever applied. I had never applied before then. I hated all those physical comps. You know what's crazy? I really didn't mind like the physical comp, like the one on night one that was this girl. Absolutely, I would have never done that. But I'm just thinking about some of the other comps, like Escape the Nether region, the running, where you have to run and get to the spot. I didn't mind that one. Y'all hate when people say win when they mean one. Like, I didn't mind that one. What else? I'm trying to think what other physical comps did I mind. I didn't mind the first time that we did the veto that we did for the double elimination, because y'all know for the double, when right before zombie week, the first one was that game that we hit down for like the zombies or whatever it was, the hit the button game. I don't remember what any of these games are called. I'm so terrible. That one was cool, but then the veto that we did after that, where we have to run and jump into the balls and get the steak and put it in the thing, I didn't mind it when we did it the first time. Like that first time when we all had done it, and I think Matt won that if I'm not mistaken. That one, I didn't mind it the first time that we had done it. But then once I had gotten evicted, I think that was like the next veto that they had done, like immediately after that. And I remember watching, I was like, oh, Matt is going to win this. He literally just won this already. Like it was literally the exact same with like different things. So I was like, so the first time we did it, I didn't mind it. But I didn't, like when they did it again, I was like, oh, yeah, I probably should have done something else. Were you nervous for the live HOHs? Like on premiere night, I was never really nervous on premiere night. Honestly, I was more so premiere night I would get really excited about, because I knew that that was like my family's time to like see me, like, you know, live, like see me live and well, like in real life. And so I don't know, that just kind of brought me like a little bit of comfort, knowing that on live evictions my family would get to see me in real time and like know that I'm okay. And you know, I don't know, so that kind of just brought me comfort. So I was never really nervous on The only time I was nervous was when I was on the block and when I got evicted. Other than that, I wasn't nervous. Would you return to Big Brother if production asked you to? I would absolutely return to Big Brother, yes. But yeah, I wasn't ever really nervous. Like, oh, it's a live eviction. Like, I wondered. No, I was just like, you know, my family gets to see me today. My husband gets to see me. I always give a shout out to my husband, like my mom, my family, or whatever. So I don't know. I think that just kind of brought me peace, knowing that like they get to see me and they know that I'm okay, even though they haven't spoken to me. Because it's different, like seeing us on a pre-recorded show that's airing, right, versus like seeing us in real time and like, you know, I get to say in real time, like live, I miss you, hubby, or like I love you, mom, or whatever. I don't know. I love that part. So I was never really scared or nervous about that. Why was Kirsten targeted so fast on night one? I think the reason that people gave was because on that first week, like that first, honestly, first day or two, like that first 48 hours, I think she kind of had a suspicion that the boys were upstairs in the have-not room conspiring / creating an alliance. And I think she probably had that conversation with one too many people. I think if she probably would have had the conversation with like 1 or 2 people, it would have been okay. But I think she had that conversation with multiple people, and then it started to get around, and then, you know what happens. I'm so glad Pluto TV got to re-air y'all season, because now I need to watch. I actually need to watch it for the first time, which is crazy. Are you allowed to bring non-slip shoes into the Big Brother house? Non-slip shoes you're not allowed to bring into the Big Brother house. Anything that gives you that could give you an advantage in any competitions, you're not allowed to bring. So you can't bring like a you can't bring like non-slip shoes. You can't bring like a poncho. You can't bring, you know, like anything that would give you an advantage, right? So if everybody's getting slimed, you don't get to just like wear a poncho to prevent yourself from being slimed. Or, you know, if it's a competition that incorporates some type of water, you don't get to bring like, you know, non-slip shoes. So anything that would give you any type of advantage, you aren't allowed to have or aren't allowed to bring. Is it cold in the house? It's absolutely cold. They keep the air like 60, high 50. So it's literally cold all of the freaking time. Like you have no escape from the cold. And picture having to take a have-not shower that's cold and then getting out of the shower and it's cold. Who approved this? That we should not be doing that. So yeah. Was the have-not room annoying? I only slept in the have-not room by force once, the night that we all had to like sleep in the have-not room or be on slop or whatever it was. So it wasn't like super I'm about to get off here in a second. That's for me. What is this?
Hello.
So hi my love. I'm about to get off here. Okay, y'all. Let me go tend to my husband. I will. Oh, why is my my dog knocking off my camera? But I'm gonna tend to my husband. I love you guys, and I'll do one of these another dance hall. Bye, guys. I'm gonna do another one before the premiere. And then if y'all are coming to New York, I'll see y'all in New York. Otherwise, catch me on Instagram because I'm going on my honeymoon. Love you guys. I can't never hang up from